Every week, millions of people walk into a supermarket with one simple goal: buy groceries, milk, bread, eggs, vegetables, maybe a few snacks they didn't plan to buy. It feels like one of the most ordinary parts of life. You grab a shopping cart, walk through the aisles, pay at the checkout, and head home. Simple. But behind those automatic doors is one of the most carefully engineered businesses ever created. A business where every shelf, every product, every price tag, and even the smell of freshly baked bread has been carefully designed for one purpose: to make money. At first glance, supermarkets seem like the perfect business. Thousands of customers visit every single day. Shopping carts leave overflowing with products. Cash registers never seem to stop ringing. Some of the biggest supermarket chains generate tens of billions of dollars every year. Looking at those numbers, you'd probably assume they're making huge profits on everything they sell. That assumption couldn't be more wrong. In fact, if you've ever bought a bottle of milk, a loaf of bread, or a carton of eggs, there's a good chance the supermarket made almost nothing from that sale. Sometimes, they actually lose money. So why would any business willingly sell products for almost no profit, or even at a loss? The answer reveals a business strategy that has quietly shaped the way we shop for decades. Because supermarkets don't just sell groceries, they sell human behavior, and that's where the real business begins. Retail experts have a name for this strategy. It's called a loss leader, a product sold with little profit, or even below cost, not to make money on that item, but to bring customers into the store. Think about it. If you came to buy milk, there's a good chance you'll also leave with cereal, bread, drinks, snacks, and cleaning supplies. The supermarket may lose a few cents on the milk, but it earns far more from everything else in your cart. Suddenly, selling milk below cost makes perfect business sense. But supermarkets don't stop there. Once you're inside, they carefully guide your journey through the store. Have you ever noticed that milk, bread, and eggs are usually placed at the very back of the store? That's not an accident. The longer you walk, the more products you see, and the more likely you are to buy something you never planned to buy. That's why supermarkets don't just organize products. They design customer behavior. But there's another secret most shoppers never see. Supermarkets don't just get paid by customers. Many suppliers pay supermarkets too. Food companies compete for the best shelf space, because where a product sits can dramatically change how much it sells. That's why suppliers often pay extra to place their products at eye level, or at the end of an aisle, where almost everyone will notice them. So every shelf, every display, and every featured promotion can become another source of revenue for the supermarket. But perhaps the biggest profit secret of all isn't the products made by famous brands. It's the products made by the supermarket itself. These are called private label products. They're often made by the same factories that manufacture famous brands. But because supermarkets own the brand, they keep a much larger share of the profit. That's why you'll often find supermarket brands right next to the famous ones. They're hoping you'll choose theirs instead. Every aisle, every product, every display, and every decision has been carefully designed to increase profits. But the strategy doesn't end with store layouts. Supermarkets also influence your decisions using something far more powerful: your senses. That's one reason fresh fruits and vegetables are usually the first thing you see. Bright colors create the impression that the entire store is fresh, clean, and high quality. Then comes the bakery. The smell of freshly baked bread isn't just pleasant. It encourages people to stay longer and buy more. Even the music is carefully chosen. Slow music encourages shoppers to move more slowly through the aisles. And the longer people stay, the more they usually spend. Have you ever wondered why candy, chocolate, and chewing gum are almost always beside the checkout? That's no coincidence. While customers wait in line, they notice small, inexpensive items. Individually, they don't cost much, but across millions of shoppers, they generate enormous profits. By now, you can probably see the pattern. Supermarkets don't rely on luck. Almost everything you experience inside the store has been carefully tested, measured, and improved over time. Today, supermarkets don't just study products. They study people. Every purchase helps them understand what customers buy, when they buy, and what they're likely to buy next. That's one reason loyalty cards exist. They reward customers with discounts, but they also help supermarkets understand shopping patterns, so they can make smarter business decisions. It's not about tricking customers. It's about understanding demand, reducing waste, keeping shelves stocked, and running the business more efficiently. That's why the world's biggest supermarket chains aren't just grocery stores. They're technology companies, logistics companies, marketing companies, and data companies, all operating under one roof. So the next time you walk into a supermarket, remember, you're seeing far more than shelves filled with groceries. You're looking at decades of business strategy, psychology, data, and logistics working together. Every shelf has a purpose. Every product has a reason for being where it is. Every promotion is carefully planned. And every shopping trip teaches the supermarket something new. The products may fill your shopping cart, but understanding the business behind them fills your mind. Once you see how supermarkets really work, you'll never shop the same way again. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to Mind Capital for more stories that reveal how money, business, and the economy really work. Because the more you understand how businesses think, the better decisions you'll make with your own money. And sometimes, the biggest lessons about wealth aren't learned in a bank. They're hiding in places you visit every week, even your local supermarket.